Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm coming in with a message. As this channel is about my journey to the promised land, what that means is that I'm in the wilderness, right? And so I come here with messages to help those that may be also in the wilderness or entering, or they don't understand what that is, right? It was a time that I didn't understand what that was. I was looking at YouTube videos just as you're looking at it now, and I was ignorant. Although I spent a lifetime pretty much raised as a Christian and understanding the Bible, being taught the Bible, and I spent much of my adult life in churches, but I didn't understand all of this until God was ready to touch me and open my eyes to the fact that I am a chosen one, and he has a special purpose for my life. So he had to bring me through a process to prepare me to begin to walk in my purpose. And this process is, now I understand it, is where you're in a wilderness stage where he's working on you, and that stage is very difficult. And what it means for you pretty much is this is a time where you experience where people that you thought were your loved ones, that have, that you thought had your back, they abandon you. You go through this time where you're just pretty much alone, like one by one. Literally, God will show you the truth about those that are closest to you, until, like what happened to me, is you pretty much end up with all of those contacts, all of those friends, all of those people that were around you for your whole life. You realize, like, they're all gone, right? And I'm talking like even the people that are closest to you. If you're left with one or two people, that's a lot. And that's pretty much what happened to me. So I'm still in the wilderness. So I'm not going to get into a lot of detail on that. But the point of this video is I wanted to talk about when you're in this wilderness phase, for those that may be in it, I wanted to talk about agents, right? Agents are, as we know, as you know, that there's a spiritual realm, right? So the enemy, whose goal and mission it is to stop you from your purpose being fulfilled, your God-given purpose being fulfilled, stopping you from walking 100% in your purpose, stopping you from being what God intended you to be when he formed you in your mother's womb, right? His intention, the enemy has been studying you since you was born, right? So he knows what to use to get you to turn away from God, to be disobedient, to get you to disobey God, to get you to lack faith in God, and maybe, unfortunately, some people to just stop believing in God altogether. This is his mission, right? Because he hates God, so then he hates you. Right? Anyone that loves God, that's his enemy. So he will send agents, and these agents will be it could be the persons that's most closest to you, and they are able to be used by the enemy to come into your life. And the purpose of the agent is to do things to draw you away from God, to draw your attention away, to distract you from God, to distract you from living in your purpose. So what you have to do is recognize that they are agents, even though they may come to you smiling. They may come to you and you thinking that they have your best interests at heart. So what you have to do is look at what they're doing. You will know them by their fruit. If that relationship, if that distraction that comes into your life is obviously a distraction, in that it takes you away from God and doesn't draw you to him, if it takes you away from moving to the purpose that God has for you, then that's not good. That's not God. Right? So you have to distance yourself. You have to pray on it. You have to pray for protection from the enemy, right? You have to understand that the enemy is watching you, and he's going to keep trying. One is going to come, and when you're in the wilderness, it just hits you like 1-2 punches, one after the next, after the next, after the next. And you have to be strong. You have to pray to God for that strength to fight. Right? To fight for the full armor of God, to use it to fight against the enemy and the agents. The agents are going to hit you with abandonment, with rejection, to make you feel insecure about yourself, right? To make you feel like there's no way you could be chosen by God for this purpose, to make you just feel like you're going nuts, that you're going crazy, that you're being extreme, when it comes to your faith in God. And all of that is just a lie from the enemy. So the point of this message, again, is to be mindful of the agents, and that they may come to you and they may appear as your loved ones. They can be just as that close. They could be your wife. They could be your husband. They could be your brother. They could be your sister. They could be your mother or your father or your best friend. Okay? And you just have to be mindful and understand that it doesn't mean that they don't know that they are being used. It doesn't mean that they're doing this intentionally. Sometimes it could just be that spirit that comes within them, because they are not walking with God, right? If you're not walking with God and you're not walking close to God, then you are open to the enemy being used. If you're in a state of constant sin and living a constant sinful life, that person leaves themselves open to be used by the enemy, to use them against you, to distract you and to stop you from doing what God has purposed you to do. So you have to be mindful of the fact that they don't even know they're being used many of the times. So you have to be the one with the praise for wisdom and the praise for discernment to know, to be aware and to protect yourself, right? To ask God for that protection and to be mindful and to distance yourself from them. Okay, I hope this helps someone, and I will continue with these wilderness messages because I am on my way into walking in the promised land, and I want to be able to have these videos to help people, just as I was helped from the videos. So I hope this helps, and continue on your walk and stay prayed up.